marvel, does he not?
No movement. Billions and billions of miles.
For that.
Here's Johnny.
Thank you very much. Just wonder how long I could stand there and get away with it before you start throwing things. How are you tonight? You sound in a good mood. I'm Johnny Carson. Anybody else want it? I thought Doc was off just for one night.
No, 3 nights running, he's off.
You mean 3 consecutive nights?
Consecutive nights,
I see.
in a row.
So that means that he'll be off one more night tomorrow.
That's correct.
Doc, I guess is back in Washington, D.C., you mentioned last night.
Yes,
Doing a concert for the, as you call it, the crown heads of
the U.S.
the U.S. I looked that up today. I couldn't find any crowned heads of the United States. Tommy, of course, is a unique personality, but he has tough luck. He was sitting in his bathtub the other day, got caught in a riptide, ended up in Catalina. Now, this is, I gotta be honest with you, this is not the job that Tommy dreamed of as a kid. You know, most kids, they want to grow up and be a policeman, a major league, fireman, a major league baseball star. Tommy wanted to be a night watchman. This may be it, folks. Did you see who's back on television last night? Robert Young returned as Dr. Marcus Welby.
Yep.
Now, you see, he's been off for, what, about 8 or 9 years, and he tried to update the show to get the younger viewers. The way they did that, during a physical examination last night, Welby put on a sequin glove. Marcus Welby, of course, is a doctor who makes house calls. He cares about his patients. He never overcharges, and that's why people like it. They love a fantasy. Well, tonight on television, I don't want to miss this. It's one of my favorite shows of the year, the Miss USA contest. I would not, that's close to the Miss America contest. And Bob Barker, who does his usual fine job. My favorite part is the talent competition. Now, tonight, Miss Arkansas has got a surefire act. She swaddles an orphan in an American flag while singing My Country 'Tis of Thee. I mean, that's... The big production number tonight has all the girls in the pageant dressed as something that best represents their state. Miss California comes out in a floor-length taco shell with her hair teased like bean sprouts. Do you remember the narrator as the girls come out?
Yeah.
They give you some background. That is fun. The guy will say, after graduating from dental college, Becky Lou wants to be a network anchor person. That's what they say sometimes. What?
You broke the rule.
What rule did I break?
3 jokes on the same subject.
That's right, I broke my own comedy rule. Never do 3 jokes on the same subject. Maybe 2 tonight. Well, in Washington, there was an important vote yesterday about the MX missile. President Reagan wanted 40 MX missiles. The congressman failed to go along with him, and they had a compromise, and he accepted 15 because the congressmen know right now there is no real threat from the Russians because they're spending all their time packing and unpacking. Did you see the interesting picture in the Los Angeles Times today of Linda Evans? Yeah, she was standing in St. Peter's Square, shaking hands with the Pope. It's just kind of strange. Crystal Carrington of Dynasty. In St. Peter's Square. Pope looked a little puzzled. He was heard to say, "You want me to excommunicate who?" Actually, Crystal was diverting the Pope's attention while Blake was drilling under St. Peter's. Most of people. Tonight, we have a very funny young man, Mr. Gary Shandling, is with us this evening. And a couple of other things. So stay where you are. We'll be right back. We'll be back. Hello there. We got a good show tonight. Gary Shandling is here, a very amusing gentleman. Stefan Grappelli, Scott Morris, and of course a number from the band, which will come as a surprise to them. So get something together. Yes, Fred, you want to toss that in here? Thank you very much. Thank you. Did you know last week?
Oh, you're in one of your moods.
I know.
I can tell it.
I'm just on the edge.
I know it. It's going to be a little crazy.
Was National Fitness Week?
I didn't know that.
That's why I'm telling. How many of you knew that it was National Fitness Week? I don't know about you. I'm getting a little sick and tired of aerobicized, jogging, especially here in California.
You know, it's a funny thing. The guy that does all my exercising and jogging for me was saying that just today. He said, I'm just getting sick and tired of all
When
this.
you got bucks like that, you hire somebody to go out and do it.
Yeah.
You know how many exercise books are on the market? I guess the big one was Jane Fonda's workout book. Victoria Principal had one out called The Body Principle. Richard Simmons' Never Say Diet. And if you watch television, from 6 in the morning, they've got shows with people jumping up and down. Jogging is in. They get the feeling that if you don't have a body as hard as cold rolled steel, you're going to have a terrible summer.
That's right.
Well, I've gotten around this because I'm getting tired of it.
Okay.
I have written a book. No, but it's getting to the point where that if you don't exercise, you feel guilty, right?
Right.
Because all your friends are out, you know, working it out. And so I've put an exercise book out for people who just don't care. It's called Johnny Carson's Exercise for Lazy Bums.
Got a few takers right here.
Now, I'm going to show you some of the simple exercises in here that will not expend a lot of energy, but will accomplish exactly what your goal is. For example, if you want to join in, you folks at home, or you folks in our studio audience. Well, no, of course you won't.
No.
Now, here's a good wrist exercise.
Okay.
You like a wrist exercise?
I love that.
All right,
Yeah.
now just shake your wrist a
All right,
little.
your wrists have to be strong.
Yeah, now, try this motion here. Just go ahead. Now, let me show you why that is an excellent exercise. You see, you remove the cap from here, and you
That's
drink the
excellent.
beer.
You get two exercises. You get this exercise, too. That's good.
This is the most valuable exercise in my book. Now, just, you know, you do about 15 of those.
Yeah.
Unless you're exhausted, and then
Yeah. Do you build it up like every week, add another one?
add another one every day.
Yeah.
You can start off with maybe 10,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow you do 11. So you could be doing 50 of these within the week. Now, let me show you why that is a wonderful exercise. This is a remote control thing. You turn on the TV and watch some show where they are not exercising.
Right.
So that's the idea. What else do we have here? This one is good. Back in here. You'd like to watch this go right?
No. I love it. Go ahead.
All right. This one strengthens the arms.
Right.
No, just watch it.
Yeah.
Just do this.
Okay. Oh, together?
What that does, that closes the drapes in your bedroom. So you can take a nap.
Yeah.
And don't see the people jogging by. All right. Here's a good way to strengthen the shoulders. I'm in this and I don't know how to get out.
You always told me the same rules you apply to the three of a kind. You plunge ahead.
You go right ahead with a piece of
Do the
material.
material to the best of your ability.
That's right. Here's a good way to strengthen the shoulders and the arms. I have to stand for this one. You don't have to get up at home. This, and then that. Only do that once.
What is that?
That opens the window so you can watch the wife take out the garbage. Well, let me see here. I've cut a couple of these.
Well, you can't exercise too much.
That's right. Here's another good one. Folks, you got in for nothing. And that's... and you're getting just what you paid for. Nothing, no. Another good one for the neck. Just like that. That's to avoid seeing your reflection in the window of Baskin-Robbins as you go by.
Oh, is it?
This is a perfect one. Like this. Put your hand like this. Exercises the right arm. You don't have to go that far.
Oh,
just really hold it there. Just.
I don't want to overdo it.
No. Just like that. That is for acting as a pallbearer for a friend of yours who jogs. Now, here's one we can't show you on television. It's a finger exercise that you can do when you're walking across the street and a cab driver yells, "Hey, are you on your way to a Crisco convention, lard butt?" We cannot show you that finger exercise. This thing is starting to skyrocket. Good for the upper arms and triceps. Right. Try this one here. Just like that.
We're doing it right?
You know you have to do it quickly.
Yeah.
That's when you're driving down the street, you see some joggers, you go right over. This last exercise is for guys who like to smoke, drink, stay up all night, play poker, and chase girls. Place the hands like this. Bring them around like this. Bow your head.
Yeah.
And say, "Please, God, let me live like this one more year." That's pressing the palms behind the neck. Here, folks, this will be in your bookstore. Pick up a copy. No, but it really is frightening out here. Every show you see, every magazine you pick up, if you get ready for the beach, and if you're not in perfect shape, people aren't going to like you. That's crazy. Some people are not particularly muscular and not particularly active.
That's right.
And so they shouldn't do that.
There's a good exercise.
It's a good exercise like that.
You know this exercise?
Yes.
Yeah, try that.
We'll be right back after this. Gary Shannon. Thank you, Tom. We are back. My first guest tonight. Gary Shandling is one of the finer new comedians in the past few years. As a matter of fact, he filled in one night in emergency here as guest host on the show. And he's going to be touring with Joan Rivers this summer, starting in Calgary, Canada at the Jubilee, June 2nd. And again at the Jubilee in Edmonton, Canada, June the 3rd. Would you welcome Gary Shandling? Gary?
Well, that's nice. It's nice to be here again, as always. Before I get started, I want to say hi to my dad. He's watching. My dad just put up one of these radar dishes on his roof so he can pick up satellite television, like 120 stations. And I just want to say, Dad, now it's time to get the color set. All right? So I called him yesterday because I got excited. I called my folks. My name is on the cover of TV Guide this week. Well, thank you for caring. Well, I'm excited. Well, no, maybe it's just on mine. It's on that address label, but I didn't tell them that. I'm happy. So things have been going good. If you watch me, I'm doing well. I bought the first expensive thing I've ever bought. I just bought a Porsche. Is it Porsche? Is it Porsche or Porsche? Is it Porsche? All right. I had a Toyota. Which is not a macho car. I mean, you come out to a Porsche, there's like pretty girls around it. You come out to a Toyota, there's like Japanese girls around it going, "Nice car, you a macho guy, wow. Take a picture." I get off the car, girls. I bought Actually, it's not a new car. I got a great deal on a demo that had just 80,000 miles on it. And so I'm driving down the Ventura Freeway. I get stopped for speeding. It becomes like a game show. Have you gone through this? The cop says, you know how fast you were going? I said, 60. He said, higher. 70. He said, lower. I said, 61, 62, 63. He said, 63 is it. What do we have for him, Bob? Here you go. I bought things I always wanted as a kid. I just bought bunk beds. Didn't you? This is great. I have king-size bunk beds. And this girl came over and she said, I'll get on top. I said, well, you know, I'll get the ladder. She said, you think a lot of yourself, don't you? So I have this car, so I take my dog to the park in my car, right? And you notice this when you say to your dog, they have no self-control. You say to your dog, you want to go to the park? He starts flinging himself against the door. He's lifting his leg. He's ready to go, you know? So my dad used to spell it. My dad would say, we're taking the dog to the P-A-R-K. Did you do this? And the dog figured that out, but my brother didn't know where we were going. My brother's going P-A-R. The dog's going, the park, we're going to the park. I love my dog. He's 12 years old now, which is, you know, old. He falls now when I ride him. And very sad. And what does Lauren Green say? Lauren Green says, this is old Duke, right? He's 110 to you and me. This is an old dog, 110, am I right? And then what does Lauren do? He picks up a stick and says, go get it, boy. Duke's going, Lauren, I'm 110 years old. Give me a break. I mean, this is like picking up a football and saying, go deep, Grandpa. See, I think dogs make us look dumb, okay? I put this doggy door in for my dog. You know, the flap in the door, and then the dog won't go through the door, so now I'm down on my hands and knees crawling in and out through this thing, and the dog's standing there going, boy, Gary does that great. I gotta show him the hole in the fence. That's great. Why don't you just use this knob, Gary? The whole thing opens up. The ultimate way we confuse a dog. This is it. There's a pooper-scooper law in New York, right? You know about this? The pooper-scooper law. All right. So my friend has an apartment, right? He keeps his dog cooped up all day long. He comes home at 6 p.m. The dog has cramps from holding it in, right? He lets the dog out. The dog does his thing. My friend scoops it back up, takes it back into the house. The dog's got to be going, what the hell's going on here? I'm doing it outside. He's bringing it back in the house. I could cut out the middleman and do it in the kitchen. Thank you. No, do you think when you go to the bathroom, your dog says, hey, I drink out of that thing? Because men and women are different in the bathroom. I took this girl to dinner, and I guess we've all seen this. You go to a restaurant, and women all get up to go to the bathroom at the same time, 4 or 5 at a time. Am I right, guys? And then it takes forever, and they come back, and what's the common complaint? They go, there was a line in there. Well, you're going in platoons, lady. Space it out a little bit. And guys have the guts to go solo. Am I right? And we'll go to the bathroom with the door wide open at home. We don't care if Wide World of Sports is watching us. Am I right? We'll go, hey, we're number 1. And women, and even if you live with a girl, she'll lock the bathroom door. Like you're gonna come in there in the middle of it and throw a cat on her or something. Play with the kitty, honey. And when they come out, they close the bathroom door behind them. Am I right? And they go, don't go in there. Let's go to Europe, honey. Let's go to Europe. Anyway, you guys have been great. Thank you very much.
So you're starting to notice the difference between men and women, huh?
In the bathroom.
Yeah. Did you ever say to your gal or your wife, she comes home and she's wearing something, women seem to do this, and I don't know why. She's got a new hat, let's say. You say, where'd you get the hat? She says, what's wrong with it? Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Or you don't
wanna-
like it? you
Yeah,
know?
I want to know just so I know where to get one, so I can wear one.
Yeah.
You know.
Why would you be asking?
And then you go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you want to go?
No, you go.
All right.
I've been already.
You've been all right. Women play games. Go ahead. We'll talk about this.
Okay.
You want to go, and we'll come back. We'll talk about it.
Why don't we go together? We'll be right back. Thank you, Tom. We're talking to Gary Shannon, Stefan Grappelli is here, and Scott Morris. When was your first shot on this show? 2, 3 years ago? Something like
It's
that?
3 years ago, March.
Yeah, and things are really going well, aren't
Well,
they?
thanks to you.
Well,
I mean,
no.
I've really kept track of when my first shot was a big moment for me, that first one.
Yeah, well, you've got to come out and deliver.
As was
though.
the guest hosting thing. There's a weird vibe that happens from being behind the desk, though. I think it's the desk that causes it. I mean, as soon as the next day after I guest hosted, my girlfriend wanted half of everything I owned. It was a very weird. I think it comes from.
And by osmosis right away.
I think it's this
Here.
baby right here.
Yeah, it does it. How do your folks feel about it? Now, if I remember, you talked briefly about your folks. Neither one is in the entertainment business.
No, my folks live in Tucson, Arizona. They own a pet shop, and I get a little kickback every time I mention that. You know, I mention it in all my shows, and they're proud. And my dad does. He sits home with the TV, you know, and
Just goes around.
he has that chair, you know, like the control chair on the bridge of Star Trek, about 10 feet back, and with the remote control and the conveyor belt from the refrigerator to his mouth. In the boxer shorts.
Yeah.
And he doesn't move in the boxer shorts. One time my mother said the neighbors are coming over, and he just took, you know, newspaper and put it over his lap. You know.
That's dressing up for him.
Oh, yeah, and then I always say, can I have the sports section, Dad? And, so they're happy.
Are you a little unhappy? Are you a sports
They're
fan at
here.
all about the Olympics not
Well,
coming here?
my folks are coming for the Olympics
Yeah?
to visit, which is great because I'm getting like $300 a week rent at my place during the. So
Nice deal for the folks.
well, I'm
Good deal
raking
for
them over the
folks, sure.
coals on that one, but nothing compared to what they charge me. But the thing is, I think I know why the Russians really aren't coming. I think they withdrew because we wouldn't recognize airplane shooting as an event. I think that's why. I think
Could be. Could be.
Actually, I mean, I actually haven't figured out the Winter Olympics yet. I watched all of those. Now, they have the bobsled ride, right? All right, so there's 4 guys on this bobsled, right? Okay, one guy steers.
Right.
One guy brakes. Now, what did the other 2 guys do? Sit there and go, wee? And that's it. I mean, they don't do anything. I haven't figured this out. The big bet, I think the big bet is for people who gamble, and I just have gotten, I really don't gamble much, but
Yeah.
the big tip this season seems to be to put a lot of money down on the baseball game between the USA and India. I think we have that one wrapped up. I mean, this is a very weird thing. We're inviting countries to play our national pastime that have never played this sport before. This is like having the Olympics in India, you know, and we have to send our hot coal walking team. You know?
I think we have a lock on the baseball.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, what was you mentioned the sledding. What is that thing where the one guy goes? Is that the luge?
I don't know which is the...
Well, the guy lies on his back and gets on the one sled and goes through this thing. It would be crazy to do
No,
that.
or the ski jump. I mean, you know, just
Forget
I
it.
stay away from that stuff. I went skiing for the first time this winter, and I bought ski pants with the cast already on them. I'm,
Cut out the middleman.
yeah. When they put seats on the skis, then I'll go skiing.
I'm with you. That scares me. Stay where you are. We'll be right back. My next guest has been with us before, Stefan Grappelli. He is one of the 5 fine jazz violinists in the world. He was a founder of a club called Le Jazz Hot in Paris back in the 1930s. And Stefan will be appearing at the Golden Bear in Huntington Beach, California, tomorrow night, May 18th, at the Beverly Theater in Los Angeles, May 19th, and up in San Francisco at the Fairmont Hotel, May 22nd through the 27th. Would you welcome, please, Stefan Grappelli.
Thank you.